Good evening, this is KC0DDV calling the Eastern Minnesota Emergency Services Net. This net meets at 7 p.m. local time each Tuesday evening on the KD0CI Repeater at Ogilvie, Minnesota, operating at 147.240 megahertz for the purpose of emergency preparedness, operator training, and to disseminate amateur radio information and bulletins. All stations are welcome to join the net and are asked to check in by the use of their call sign only. This is a directed net, transmit only at the direction of net control, and please pause between transmissions so others may join our group. Each station will be recognized in the order they check in and will be given an opportunity for informal comments. A reminder that this repeater has a 3-minute transmission timer limit, so please allow the repeater to reset itself by listening for the courtesy beep before transmitting. Again, your net control station tonight is KC0DDV, that's Kilo Charlie 0. Delta Victor. My name's Daryl. I'm located southeast of Malacca. We'll stand by for any emergency traffic. All right. Any station or any mobile stations wishing to check in tonight, please come now. Any stations with announcements or bulletins for the net, please come now.
KJ9W.
All right, KJ9W, Kenny, we got you in there, and I'll ask you to stand by, and we'll pass that along as soon as we have a formal list here. All right, let's see. Any formal written traffic for the net tonight? Okay, any stations wishing to check in short time only at this time? Well, band conditions are certainly good tonight. I can hear another station in there, or another repeater, I should say, in there, but we can deal with that. All right, this is KC0DDV, the Eastern Minnesota Emergency Services Net. We'll go ahead and stand by now for general check-ins. 0 RTY.
WB0FB. WB0 VGF.
N0 JOL.
A0 EVQ. KD0 BUO.
Okay, I know there's one station I missed anyways, but I'll give you the list I have right now, and we'll see if we can get any others. I'd like to acknowledge N0 RTY, WB0 OFB, N0 JOL, KA0 EBQ, and KD0 BUO. Any other stations wishing to check in? Okay, well, I thought I heard a double, but it probably was just the other repeater in there. Well, I will start at the top of the list here and say good evening to Mr. Kenny, KJ9W. Go ahead with any announcements they have at this time, too.
Yeah, good evening, Daryl, everybody on net, KJ9W, and you can check KA0AJF and WD9AXU. Add both of them to your list. They're all sitting here at the supper table. And the announcement that I had, oh, by the way, you missed WB0VGI. He was the other check-in that you missed there, Daryl. First off, there is a meeting this Thursday at Calvary Lutheran Church for the, has to do with the Jamboree on the Air. It's a scouting on the air annual event, and we're going to have a meeting with the Den people and hopefully get things organized so that we can have a good event that'll be coming up on the third Saturday in October, October 20th. So anybody that wants to come to that meeting and learn more about the Jamboree on the Air are certainly welcome to come. It's this Thursday at 6 p.m. at Calvary Lutheran Church in Mora. There's also the Rush City Rendezvous this Saturday in Rush City. Starts at 9 in the morning. It's a free-for-all ham fest, so to speak. Everybody comes to the parking lot and opens their doors to display their wares, and everybody gets to pick and choose and buy whatever they need. So usually a pretty well-attended event. So if you have anything you want to buy, sell, trade, give away, whatever, that might be the event to do it. That's at the Rush City High School parking lot this Saturday starting at 9 in the morning. And our next cookout, our annual Great KD0CI Cookout, will be next Thursday, the 13th of September, starting at 5 o'clock. You can bring a steak to grill, a dish, or something to share. And if you could, please bring your own chairs. We're a little bit short on chairs, so please bring your own seating. And other than that, I think that covers everything. I don't have much else. It rained all day, so I couldn't mow grass, so we'll look for better weather tomorrow. KJ9W, back to net. Thank you, Daryl.
Well, thank you for all those announcements, Kenny. Yeah, very good. And also thank you for the multiple check-ins. Good evening to Mary and Bernice, if they can hear me. Yeah, very good. So Rush City this Saturday, there's a meeting to discuss the Jamboree on the Air this Thursday, and then the wonderful KD0CI Cookout next Thursday. So plenty of things to do. Wow, busy. All right, thank you, Kenny. We'll go ahead and say good evening to David, N0RTY.
Yeah, N0RTY here. Speaking of mowing, I was trying to mow the lawn yesterday. Got about an hour into it, and all of a sudden the mower stopped moving, and I couldn't figure out why that was, and finally realized that one of the rear tires had come out the rim, so wasn't able to get that back into the garage, so I just put a tarp over it and tried to protect it from the rain that I knew was coming, so that's annoying. I'll have to somehow get that wheel off so I can bring it somewhere to have the tire put back on. But I guess it's always something, and hopefully next year I'll be able to afford to buy a zero turn, so I won't have to deal with a 20-year-old mower anymore and all that goes with it. So other than that, I had a nice quiet weekend. My roommate was down in the cities, so I had the house to myself. Had some nice peace and quiet, was able to get some reading done, although I didn't get to other things I'd planned to do, like laundry, but still, it was nice. So, that's about all for now, and N0RTY, back to net.
Oh yes, I can relate to them 20-year-old mowers. Luckily I've upgraded, but never had the tire come off the rim, but I actually have had an axle break on me. So similar scenario, driving across the lawn and all of a sudden stopped moving, although there was a severe tilt when that happened. Oh well, I'm sure you'll get it resolved soon enough. Thanks, David. Let's see, WB0OFB. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening, Daryl, and everybody on the net. WB0OFB here, Jerry, east of Hinckley. Not a whole lot going on here. We had our steady drizzle pretty much all day long, and last I looked, it was still sprinkling out there, and I think we're at like 4/10 of an inch for the day, so not a whole lot, but, you know, it keeps mounting up. Still have a nice dry basement, though. That's what counts, really. The wife got back from the cities, and we've been over at Mille Lacs at the trailer over there for the weekend. I came back yesterday, and the wife went down to my son's place down in the cities, and came back from there this afternoon. So a little babysitting trip there. At any rate, other than that, not a whole lot going on. I'm trying to get some stuff together for the Rush City rendezvous, where I plan on being. Going to be doing part of the PA stuff. We're trying to extend the coverage a little bit. We did the same thing last year, but I think we need to do it a little different. So I'm going to try something different this time. So hopefully everybody should be able to hear us a little better. So I guess with that, we'll kick it on back to the net. WB0OFB.
Well, yeah, it's always nice to have a dry basement. Although, I don't know, I guess we've had a couple good gully washers, but not, I think there's only been maybe one or two of them that I can recall here, at least at my location. So, but all it takes is one, cause a lot of havoc. Yeah, that Rush City thing, I had plans for Saturday to go cut some wood, but boy, I might have to change my plans. I always enjoy that one. It's just a nice, informal, especially when the weather's going to be nice, and I believe Saturday's forecast was supposed to be pretty nice, so should be a good turnout. All right, thanks, Jerry. Let's see, N0, JLL. Joe, good evening.
Well, good evening, everyone in the net. Yeah, I was picking up another repeater as well. I kind of did a little. I asked the almighty Google, and it looks like there's one in Mankato, which it seems like that might be a little far. There's one in Aurora, which could be maybe, but that seems a little far. There's one in Chippewa Falls. I'm thinking that might be the culprit. But anyhow, with that being said, I'm obviously bored. It's been raining all day. I kind of have cabin fever just sitting inside. So I will be at the Rush City Rendezvous, and hopefully I can get rid of some more junk this coming weekend. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. I'll send it back to net. Sounds like we got a good crowd. Over to you, N0JOL.
Bored, yeah, well, there's always something to do with ham radio, so that can always break the boredom. So, all right, well, very good. Thanks for joining. Let's see, next on the list, KD0EVQ. Good evening, Dave.
KD0EVQ here. Good evening to everyone on the net. And yeah, I heard that other repeater too. I heard someone talking, but I didn't get any ID off of it. So. But anyways, good scatter going on. Yeah, let's see, when I looked at the rain gauge, I think it was somewhat less than an inch. So it rained pretty good around here. Didn't really care for it, but just murky all day, so it wasn't getting pretty soft out there. So, anyways, yeah, I plan to go to the rendezvous on Saturday, so I don't try to buy a lot of stuff or even any. So, but I have to look and see what if there's anything I can use. But anyways, and I guess we're right on kind of the edge of the end of the rain, because it's been a little bit light off to the northwest. The radar shows it too. So might not be lasting too much longer. K0EVQ, back to net.
Yeah, that's true. I did look at the radar, and I think, you know, I was talking about gully washers before. We're not getting that here today anyways, but boy, it looks like southern Minnesota, or I should say southeastern Minnesota anyways. They're certainly in for some rain today. Looks like plenty of rain, plenty of colors down that direction. All right, Dave, thank you. KD0BO, good evening, Gene.
KD0BO, good evening to everybody. And I've got, I'll call it 0.8 of an inch, because I dumped 0.4 about noon, and now when I looked through the window, it looked to be about that much more, so it hasn't really rained, it's just been wet, so it accumulates even when it doesn't rain on these wet days. And that kind of interrupted my lawn work for the day, but that's okay. I got half of the yard mowed yesterday and figured that was enough for yesterday, and had another little project I wanted to get done yesterday, and I figured I'd mow today, but it can wait for a few days. And I'll be at the meeting Thursday night, Kenny, so I'll see you there. And Rush City is still questionable. KD0BO, back to net.
Yeah, that's kind of my philosophy, Gene. The lawn will wait. It'll be there the next couple days. I'll be able to get it then. Although I guess you don't want to wait too long, because then you have to start getting out the baler and find some horses or cattle to feed it to. No, I'm kidding, but all right. Thank you, sir. Let's see, WB0VGI. Good evening.
Good evening, WB0VGI. Just make sure I still have it. My name is Noel. We're located in beautiful downtown Stark, Minnesota, which is just west of the Harris exit. And we've got 1.38 inches of rain in the rain gauge since yesterday. Lots of good rain. We'll be there Thursday night. And is the cookout back at Kenny's? That's my only real question. Go ahead.
Okay, well, very good. We'll turn it over here to Kenny in just a second to confirm. But yeah, real good, Noel. And you're making the machine just beautifully from start. Of course, it's not real far, but yeah, absolutely. So we'll turn it over to Kenny. I believe that was the case, but just to confirm, KJ9W is the location for the KD0CI cookout still at your QTH.
That is correct, Daryl. It will be here on Thursday the 13th, starting at 5 o'clock.
Perfect. Did you get that, Noel?
Roger, that's what I expected. We'll see whoever shows up on Thursday night. Joda is always a fun time to have. And otherwise, greetings to the net.
Well, fabulous. Go ahead and stick around. We'll make another round through the list here if you have some time. This is KC0DDV, the Eastern Minnesota Emergency Services Net. I'd like to go ahead and stand by and see if there's any other check-ins for the net tonight. All right, well, very good. We'll turn it back over to Kenny for any final thoughts. KJ9W.
Well, now this is KJ9W. Supper's over and I'm full. We had some leftovers from yesterday's, we had a little neighborhood cookout here. Seems like this is an epicenter for cookouts. We do 3 of them a year here at this home location. One on every major holiday, and then of course we do the annual radio club cookout too. So actually we do 4 of them. So plenty of food, I'll tell you that. No, I don't really have much else to add. I won't be at the rendezvous. Mary and I will be celebrating our 34th wedding anniversary that day, so we won't be at any ham fest, I don't think. So with that, we'll be saying 73, and everybody have a good week. And KJ9W is back to net.
Well, first off, congratulations to both you and Mary for 34 years of, I'm assuming, wedded bliss. I think I know you two well enough to say that. And boy, gluttons for punishment, it seems, too. But that's always fun, especially having neighbors and friends and all kinds of different people over. So, nothing wrong with that. Thanks for joining, Kenny, and I believe I owe you another net report, so I'll try to get to that here in the next couple days. But anyways, let's see. On to N0RTY. David.
Yeah, N0RTY again. Yeah, I'm still in the process of getting furniture and stuff for my friend who's moving. His office furniture is not yet ready. He hasn't packed that up yet, but that'll be coming the next few weeks, so I can get my office set up. But I did get a workbench and miscellaneous tools for the garage, so now I'll have a place to work on projects, including things like a drill press and a bench grinder. So see how those will come in handy over the years. But unfortunately, before I can start setting up my office, I need to do my house wiring that I've been planning to install phone network jacks in those rooms. And I'm not yet sure what will be feasible in terms of which walls I'll be able to get to from the attic. The outside walls, while I would like to run them there, may not be feasible, being too close to the edge of the attic to get to. But I guess hopefully I'll have time to work on that the next few weeks. And of course, hopefully I'll also have time the next few weeks to fix my HF feed line where I hit it with a lawnmower, so I can actually use my vertical again, but haven't gotten to that yet either. I guess first on the agenda is still fixing the lawnmower tire, because that's a more urgent issue at this point. So I do plan to go to the cookout. Hopefully I can see everyone there, and I don't think I'll make it to the rendezvous this year. There's nothing really that I want to buy at the moment, so I'll just say 73 is N0RTY back to net.
Well, it sounds like you're keeping yourself plenty busy anyways, David. So, yes, maybe missing a rendezvous isn't the end of the world. But, well, thank you for joining and catching up with us. Let's see, WB0FB, Jerry. Anything else from the net tonight?
WB0FB here, still east of Hinckley. Comment for Dave. You might not be able to get at your outside walls from the attic, but you might be able to fish something up through the up from the floor in the basement, or up through the ceiling in the basement, and come up that way. The other thing you're going to have to worry about on the outside wall is 9 chances out of 10 it's going to be full of insulation, which is going to make it very difficult to try and fish wires through. So your best bet is to use the telephone trick where they run it around the baseboard from an inside wall or something like that. And if you use the regular standard telephone type cable, you can use small U-nails or whatever you want to call them, and tack them right along the baseboard. Puts them out of sight, and they don't get caught on things and stuff like that. So that's one way of accomplishing things. But inside walls are the best bet for getting wires into an attic or into the basement. So I don't have anything else for the net. So the cookout for me is going to be a iffy deal, because I've got my sister and brother-in-law coming in on Friday, and it depends on how well I can get ready for them coming. So I might be able to make it. I'm not sure if my wife will, because she's going to be getting stuff ready to go up north. We're all going up to Causeway on the Gull to try and catch some fish or drown some worms, whichever comes first. WB0FB, back to net.
Or hopefully do both, drown some worms and catch some fish. Yes, sir. Well, very good. And U-nails, or if you're using a copper wire, sometimes even just the standard heavy-duty stapler will work too. But yeah, okay, well thanks Jerry. Let's see, this is KC0 DDV, the Eastern Minnesota Emergency Services Net, and we'll go back to N0 JOL for any final thoughts.
Well, I'm still here between Cambridge and Isani. Dave, that's crazy talk saying you don't need anything at a Hamfest. I'm worried about you. But I will be at the rendezvous. And like I say, hopefully get rid of more stuff than I bring home. We'll see how that works out for me. So nothing else for the net. My communication between my rain gauge and my shack is not correct, but I think we got at least an inch here. It's been soaking all day. So anyhow, I'll send it back to you again, and hopefully see some of you guys this Saturday. N0JOL.
Yeah, there's always some little connector or something a person can walk away with at a ham show like that. But yeah, well, very good. And yeah, I suppose an inch sounds probably plausible. I think to the north here we maybe had a little less, and it sounded like Noel was saying, Stark, and you're probably south of where he's at even. He was over an inch there, so. Yeah, just enough rain to keep everything green and growing, and make sure that David has to get that tire fixed on his lawnmower. All right, thanks, Joe. Let's see. KA0EDQ, Dave.
KA0EDQ here. Yeah, well, the grass has really started growing over the last 2 days, and have to dry out a little bit. Well, it might be okay tomorrow. I don't know, but you get so many clumps flying out sometimes if you cut it when it's really wet. It comes up the mower too. But it doesn't take long now with I got that big rider, so I don't despair at doing the lawn on that much anymore. Yeah, I actually have some pumpkins that are ripe already, although there were some last year that were fairly early. I guess with the warming climate, they come on earlier than they used to. So, but things look pretty good. All the garden stuff looks pretty good. And, well, I'll have to, when I get over to the swap meet, I might feel inspired by something, but generally I don't like to just buy stuff. Stuff laying around that I haven't even used. So, right now I had to, I changed antennas. I don't know what the Ringo I was using, it didn't, it wasn't putting out as good as it used to, and I put a mobile antenna up on the steel roof on my porch, and it works just as good. So that's what I'm using now. It's just a mobile antenna. So that's a gain antenna, but yeah, it works pretty good. I have to take that Ringo down and check it out. It might be some corrosion, and it's not in a good place either. Trees are right around it, so. But anyways, you can always get out somehow. I can hit this repeater with a handy talkie if I go outside. So. No problem. Well, I'll see what happens Saturday. And the weather is supposed to be good yet. The forecast was for a nice day, so it should bring a lot of people. So, 7-3 is all, and we'll see you later.
Repeater, sign out. Repeater, sign out.
How much did you lose?
Actually, we caught everything but just your final goodbye there, Dave.
Okay, KD0CI.
All right, sir. Thank you. And yeah, absolutely. It's probably time to take a look at that Ringo, maybe even relocate it or something. But yeah, it's amazing. You know, I recall when I first got into the hobby and some of the little wire antennas that I put together, and I was getting into repeaters down in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and so forth. Yeah, if you get a decent enough piece of wire radiating these signals, a person can get out. So, all right, well, thank you, sir. Let's see, KD0BO, Gene.
KD0BO. Not much more from here, just 7:30, and thank you, Daryl, for running the show tonight. And back to net.
Well, you're absolutely welcome, and thank you for joining. The net only works with the participants, too, so thank you, one and all. And let's see, we'll go back to Noel, WB0VGI. Any other comments for the net?
Just a couple comments on antennas. For UHF, VHF, most signals are plenty powerful at 10 watts. I'm running satellite from here with 2 watts on 440, and most of them I can get CW. I have to go up to 10 watts for sideband, but yeah, line of sight is the most important thing. You can't go wrong by raising your antenna as high as possible. And our motto is, if it stays up all winter, it must not be high enough. And very good. We'll see some of you on Thursday night. Don't know if I'll make the rendezvous, but we'll talk to you about Jamboree on the air and 73 to the group. Over.
Oh, no, you're saying I have to add more to my tower. Oh, darn it. That's a good motto. Thanks, Noel. All right. Well, I'll take one last standby. I'm at the bottom of my list. See if there's any late check-ins for the net tonight.
AB9AC.
AB9AC, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Gotta turn something down here. Actually, a lot of things, but I'm getting them turned down there. Yep. AB9AC up here near Superior, Wisconsin, just scanning around. I heard you guys in there. I haven't been in on this net in quite a while. I don't think I've been in here too many times after I went from a simplex net to the repeater, but here I am back again. Back to net, AB9AC 73.
Oh, you're always welcome. And yes, you're making it in just fine in the repeater net. And yeah, definitely. All right, well, thanks. Let's see, any other check-ins? Well, very good. I want to thank everyone for participating in tonight's net. Let's see, it looks like we had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 check-ins. Great list for tonight. 7-3s all, have a great evening. This is KC0DDV. I'm going to close the net tonight at 0033 Zulu. And we'll return the frequency to regular amateur use. 7-3.